Christine's festive location is an original and traditional setting for families and friends to gather, celebrate, and enjoy authentic Filipino cooking. It's on Milmont Drive in Milpitas, and it's called Barrio Fiesta Restaurant of Manila.
Here in Barrio Fiesta, we provide a unique dining experience that combines great food, great service, and great ambience. My name is Michelle Villanueva. I'm the Business Operations Manager of Barrio Fiesta. Barrio Fiesta restaurant is a family-style restaurant rich with history of providing authentic Filipino cuisine. We have been here in the same location for 20 years now. Every dish that we make is made from scratch and everything is fresh. Filipinos usually serve their dishes. They serve it in the center of the table so everybody can share. A lot of customers visiting Barrio Fiesta says that it's almost like they are in a museum. Authentic design pieces were all shipped straight from the Philippines. We have been very fortunate to have multi-generations of family members visiting us repeatedly over these many years that we have been here. They go here and they feel so welcome, feels like home back in the Philippines.
Okay, Christine, now talk to me about Filipino cuisine and cooking. I know a little bit, but I don't know as much as I'd like to, so I'd like to be educated.
Sure. Filipino cuisine is really just based on our history. It's a conflation of different cuisines, from Spanish to Asian to Indian to American. And Barrio Fiesta just, I think, is a really good, offers a really good representation of that. The appetizer that we usually like to start with is the sinigang, which is a really traditional dish. It's a clear, uncomplicated broth whose main flavoring agent is the tamarind, which is an indigenous fruit to the Philippines. But it's a nice, hot, sour soup that delivers kind of like that nice, warm, comforting sting.
And say the name again for me.
Sinigang.
Sinigang. Did you boys have sinigang?
I didn't. Now I'm wishing
I didn't either. No, I would have liked to have had that.
See, you need to go with Christine.
What I really liked was the garlic fried chicken. That was delicious. It was crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. It was perfectly done, the chicken.
That's a well-known dish, but I mean, I think of lumpia, or you know, or
we had the lumpia.
I had some lumpia. Yep,
lumpia?
start. It was good. We had that and the mussels. The mussels were cooked in butter. They were a little heavy for me. I'm in the same position. I don't really know Filipino food very well, and I found myself kind of wishing that I knew kind of the go-tos to go to.
Right. Out of the Filipino restaurants that are available, I feel like it's the most, at least from my experience, user-friendly menu. So, you know, there's a lot of options. So if you want to be curious, it's really kind of like the gateway restaurant to kind of begin your love.
And lumpias are egg rolls, really, little mini sort of egg rolls.
They were delicious. They were good. A lot of the foods are deep fried, and I'm not a big fried food eater personally. But we did enjoy some of them we didn't enjoy so much, but it's a different type of a flavor for us.
It was a fun place to eat. It was great inside.
Barrio Fiesta. It's a party place, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The interior of that place is so cool. There are these chandeliers, all with nautilus shells. Probably more nautilus shells that are in the ocean at this point. Just amazing, and the people were so great. The staff were so friendly.
And what other dishes did you have?
We also got the crispy pata, which I think, especially if you're a pork lover, that was the highlight dish for me. You know, for a second I had to really look at it to figure out how I was going to go in there.
How did you go in there? I want to know, because you know, I want to see. Did you get that crispy?
Yeah, you got. I mean, the skin was nice and crispy. You got that, but then there was some fat, so you kind of lifted up. It was like an adventure, you know. It felt like you're kind of putting on your miner's helmet and getting in on that. But once you get the meat out, it was really delicious. We got the crispy pata and the chicken. I liked the crispy pata.
And talk to us about other dishes that people should order when they go to Barrio Fiesta.
Adobo is usually kind of the trademark dish. It's a soy vinegar based. The reason why vinegar is used in so many of our dishes is because for a long time the Philippines didn't have refrigeration, and so they used vinegar as a natural preservative. It's not just chicken or pork. It can also be used squid, which is nice because it kind of gives a meatier, kind of a sturdier flavor. Another is the kari-kari. It's a peanut brothed dish with Chinese eggplant and water cabbage and oxtail, and it's also paired with a condiment called bagoong, which is a fermented salty shrimp paste, and you can just kind of add a little bit of saltiness at your discretion.
Did you enjoy that dish?
I did. I guess I'm not a lover of tripe because it's a little. I'm not a lover of the texture of it, but the broth was delicious. I really enjoyed the broth, and I think if the oxtail part was great. The tripe part kind of turned me off a little bit on it.
But in Filipino cuisine, they use quite a lot of offal. They use quite tripe and other body parts.
They do. So that's kind of like the resounding theory why it's not resonating maybe with the, the general populace. But I think that there are kind of movements now to kind of hybridize the food a little bit.
All you had to do was drink something. Every time you take a bit of tripe, you have to drink
No,
something.
there's no beer and wine.
That's the
right.
problem.
That's right. There's no beer and wine.
That is right.
I think a lot of these foods need, there are a lot of fried foods. Beer would go perfect
Like a
with
San
that.
Miguel, I think.
Yeah,
San Miguel.
Exactly.
Would be
And
nice.
we were disappointed. We asked for a beer, and they said, we don't serve alcohol.
And desserts. I mean, halo halo.
Halo halo.
Halo halo.
Yes,
See?
halo halo. That's actually the national dessert because halo means mixed, and halo halo is, any good dessert really has condensed milk in it. And so it's condensed milk, and then there's just a smorgasbord of Filipino delights.
Yeah, that it really was so flavorful and just that kind of thing where every, you'd put your spoon in a different place and come out with a different flavor. I thought that was fantastic. It was really, that was my favorite part of the meal was the halo halo.
All right, Christine, this is your spot. Give us a quick wrap up.
If all you know about Filipino food is adobo and lumpia, try Barrio Fiesta for an authentic Filipino food experience that bonds familiar flavors with a distinctive Filipino twist.
Nice. All right, Mac, would you go back?
I would go back, especially for dessert. And now that I feel like I know a little bit more about Filipino food, there are a couple more things I'd like to try. Yeah.
Okay, and Brad?
Yes, I would go back to try it again. Maybe try some of the things that Christine was talking about that I didn't have, but it wasn't my favorite restaurant.
All right. If you would like to try Barrio Fiesta of Manila, it's on Millmont Drive at Dixon Landing Road in Milpitas. The telephone number is 408-934-9902. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. It's closed on Monday. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $25.